Let's kick off this video with a thought-provoking question. And that question is, when you drive, do you listen to music, do you listen to podcasts, or do you prefer complete silence? The older I got, the more I value silence. Being a dad of two toddlers, I was just thinking about that because on my way here, I forgot my phone and I'm at the gym right now about to get a workout in. And most people would turn around and go home and go grab their phone. But I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna head to the gym. I prefer the silence. The biggest challenge for most people in the world currently right now is the inability for you not to be able to sit with your own thoughts and process things because the world is just a loud place. Obviously a distraction too on the phone, you know, you cannot make one thought without wanting to reach for the phone. Trust me, I'm guilty of this too, so something I'm trying to do better on. That is not the point of this video. So welcome to another brand new video. This is Chasing 200, and I know I've not dropped a video in a minute. The last video that you guys saw, it was the big 100 where I finished my second 100-mile race and I finished in 34 hours and 45 minutes. Not what I wanted, but that's what I got. We're gonna keep on moving on from there. Obviously, the reason why we call this series Chasing 200 is because I'm running 200-mile races. And at the time of recording this video, it is July 4th, meaning we have 21 days exactly. As of this time in 3 weeks, I'll be running Crazy Mountain 100. Exactly what have I been doing since the race finished? I've not been doing much. I've been doing active recovery. Most of my run or quote unquote cardio has been treadmill based or machine based, just to make sure I'm keeping my aerobic fitness, because the goal leading up to the race is not necessarily to gain additional fitness. It's just to make sure my body's fully recovered, so when I step on the starting line of Crazy Mountain, I am fully ready and capable to finish the race. 4th of July weekend, and it's currently 6 o'clock in the morning. And one of the biggest questions that's really as a dad of two, as a coach, somebody that's doing quote unquote so many things at the same time, is how do you find the time? You don't find the time, you make the time. And I'm making the time right now to practice my fitness because, like I said, it's 4th of July and there are a lot of festivities. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through a weekend in the life. I feel like I haven't done this video in a while, just to take you through what I'm doing for training, eating, balancing fitness, life, family, enjoying, family at the same time, still making sure I check the box on what my priority and my goals are. And then at the end of this video, I'm gonna wrap it up. I've run 200-mile races. I want to share with you one of the most profound things that I've learned that only has made me a better father, a better coach, a better man. And it almost feels like a cheat code to not only to do hard things, but to excel at it. So like I said, I'm at the gym right now, about to get after a full body workout. Without further ado, let's get into this workout. Workout complete. Finishing off a body workout. That was great. Key tip if you're a dad of somebody that's just trying to get in real quick. One of my clients, in case you don't know, I'm also a coach. I'm an RP, a coach. One of my clients, a lot of my clients this week or this holiday, for instance, this summer, they're going on vacation and they're trying to stay on top of their workouts. And essentially they're asking what to do. What I recommend is obviously full body workout. You take an active recovery week. And the biggest tip here is get your workout in first, so you can go ahead and enjoy the time with your family. Because if you don't do that, if you don't find the time to get up in the morning, that workout will always be looming in the back of your mind. It'll be very hard for you to have fun. And chances are, the longer you wait later in the day, the more probability or possibility of you not actually doing that workout. So pro tip, get your workout in first in the day, knock that out of the way so you can actually go ahead and have fun. I just knocked out a 3-mile run. I have a potentially longer run tomorrow. Depending on how I feel, how the body feels, which I'll, take you guys through tomorrow. But yeah, that was a great workout, and I'm gonna go home, go shower, grab breakfast, grab the kids, and time to go off the grid. Right, so last day here at this awesome getaway. So by the way, the property that I'm in right now is, I'm not going to tell you exactly where it's at. It's in central Illinois. Bullfrog. So just spending the morning trying to catch some wildlife here. So the property that I'm in is my sister-in-law's property here in central Illinois. So it's a nice getaway, especially because as a family, the last couple of weeks just been a little bit crazy. So it's always nice to get away and kind of just reconnect a little bit too. Like I was saying, the property that we're in right now, it's not mine. I would like to flex this is mine. This is my sister-in-law's property, which is central Illinois. So it's always nice to get away from like the city life and kind of just explore and kind of be in nature a little bit here. So that's what we've been doing for the last couple of days here, just to get away from the city. It's the 4th of July weekend. Got a run in yesterday. So I'll be honest, yesterday was like my first time kind of just running more than 5 miles since the ultra under my race that I did a couple of weeks ago. And you guys have been following this journey for a while. I talk about injuries. I've talked about being nagging, battling some injuries. And the injuries I've been battling, of course, is plantar fasciitis. And I've been trying my best to kind of just stay ahead of it. And I didn't know how my foot was going to react post the race. It's actually reacting a lot better than I anticipated, of course. But again, like I've said if you follow me on Instagram, I've talked about this many times. I'm not necessarily going to be building any sort of additional fitness here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm trying to stay as 100% as possible just to get ready for the next 100-mile race, which is in about 19 days from now. This Sunday that I'm recording this right now, 4th of July is already passed. So what I've been doing the last couple of days, again, we came here on Friday, Saturday, which was yesterday. I did a 5-mile run. 5-mile run with a 1-mile warm-up, and 1-mile warm-up, I was going to do just road, and all of a sudden it's like, so if you don't know, like corners in the back, there's like a bunch of trails, so you can actually do a nice loop all around in the back over there, and that wraps up to about anywhere between I think like 0.6 miles. So because I was going to test out just like the 1 mile to see how my body feels, and if my body feels great, I was going to just go, I'll turn that into more of a repeat, so to speak, like a speed workout, which actually ended up working out perfectly. So essentially ran through this path yesterday, but this multiple times before too, and what I talked about was, I think our brethren on the other side, whoa, this is kind of dark, let's adjust the eyes over here, there we go. I said the brethren on the other side of the aisle, my Caucasian brothers and sisters, have figured something out when it comes to trail in general. Like, being out in nature is something that's incredible. It's very therapeutic, at least that I've found in the field, the 100-mile races that I've done in the last couple of years. So that's something I want to encourage you to do. Hopefully, my melanated skin brethrens, to explore nature, get in touch with nature. I think it will change not only will it change your perspective, especially if you're dealing with like a tough time, it just, lets you know that whatever you're dealing with, you're not the only one. When you experience nature, you seem quote unquote insignificant in a positive way, like your problem doesn't seem as much. That's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in terms of just trail running or 100-mile races and being in the mountains in general, which leads me to the main point of this video. The main point of this video, what I want to convey to you guys, is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned from doing multiple 100-mile races. First started this hybrid journey 4 years ago. If you tell me I'll be the person that's running multiple 100-mile races and about to run another 100-mile race like about 4 weeks apart, I will tell you out of your mind. So how does somebody that didn't believe himself at the beginning of this journey to now have the confidence to run multiple 100-mile races? And I feel like the answer that best describes my journey, or the biggest lesson that I've learned, is this Hormozi quote. And I put that on the screen for you guys. And the quote is, "You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt." Alex Hormozi. And that is spot on. Because obviously before I started running 100-mile races, 50-mile races, the idea of running a marathon was not even a thought, was not even something that's fathomable. And rightfully so, if you ask me, can you ever see yourself running a multiple 100-mile race, I will tell you, you are out of your mind. And I feel like that's one of the biggest challenges people facing, most people, or stopping them from doing the things like you should be doing, you know you want to do, or you're not doing it because you don't have the confidence. So how do you build that confidence? Fortunately or fortunately, the only way to build that confidence is to put yourself out there, to do the things that you never thought you were going to do, regardless if you're going to fail or if you're going to succeed. The biggest challenge for most people is you don't want to tackle something because you are afraid to fail. How do you learn if you don't fail? How do you learn if everything that you do, you just keep succeeding at it? Technically for me, all the ultra marathon races that I've done, or all the fitness endeavors that I've done over the years, I've generally succeeded in a lot of those endeavors. But there are some losses in there. There's some challenges. There's an element of failure, challenges that I didn't even think I was able or capable enough to achieve. I did my first 100-mile races. I was nervous. Had a lot of self-doubt. I had multiple options to quit. I remember cramping from mile 16 through mile 19, and then I had to go into a 10,000 feet climb. And that's when the self-doubt really kicked in, and I'm like, there is no way I'm gonna finish this. But let me just take it one step at a time. Let me make it to that point over there, and then I'll reevaluate how I feel about if I want to quit or if I want to keep going. And that is the biggest lesson and the biggest point I want to present to you guys. You don't tackle challenges because you know you are going to succeed. You tackle challenges because you know you are going to fail. The high probability of failure is there. And that is one of the reasons why I'm doing back-to-back 100-mile races, because yes, I've done Crazy Mountain before last year. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Yes, I just finished a 100-mile race again 4 weeks ago, but how can I push myself mentally and physically to keep putting myself in a position of failure where the probability of failure is high? Because I know the last 16 plus years in this fitness journey, I know the biggest lessons are typically at the end of one of the biggest challenges I've put myself to. How do I want to milk everything in when I know most of the growth that I've experienced over my 41 years of living usually comes at the end of challenging myself and doing something that I didn't even think I was able to do. As I get ready for this next 100-mile race, I'm letting you know that I'm going to this 100-mile race knowing there is a high probability of me failing, because realistically speaking, 20 to 21 days is when all the residual effect of running a 100-mile race typically falls off, and I'm still not out of the woods yet, quote unquote. But that is why I'm doing this. That's why I'm putting myself out there. So hopefully by you watching me putting myself out there to encourage myself, it's not to brag about, oh yeah, look at me, I'm a 100-mile race. No, this journey is for me personally. And while I'm going through that journey, I want to bring you along that I am challenging myself because I know what's on the other side of doing hard things. And your version of hard might be different from mine. Your version of hard might just be, making to the gym consistently 5 days a week because you never done that before. Your version of hard might just be sticking to a diet for 4 days straight, 5 days straight, 2 weeks straight, because you never done that before. And everything I'm sharing with you is not to say, hey, go run 100-mile races, ultra marathon. That would be great if you could. If it's something that you really want to do but you didn't believe that you could, that would be great. But my goal is for you is whatever that hard is, whatever you define your hard is, challenge yourself to step in. And when you step into that, know it's going to be one of the hardest things you do. Know you're doing it because yes, there's a probability of failure. But if you fail, don't get down too hard on yourself. Learn from it and apply that to the next step towards accomplishing that goal. That's the video for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, and the next video that you guys are going to see on this channel, again, it's going to be another break, which is something I do with my family, which is annually. My wife wants to be on the beach every time on a birthday, and the birthday's coming up pretty soon. So in the comments, if you can wish her happy birthday for me, that would be great. That would score me some brownie points. But I'll be going to Florida, and if it's going to be hot, it's going to be right before I go run the Crazy Mountain 100, which is going to provide another training stimulus for me, because running the heat, in case you don't know, heat is a poor man's elevation, and there's a lot of elevation at Crazy Mountain. So that is the video for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you do, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and as always, do not forget to always empty your tank. Sam Okinola from SAMOKFIT, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.